am coming broke. So right. I'll tell my 19-year-old self, girl, gotta go on a date with man, come broke, BROKE. Thank you.
He doesn't know yet.
Well, yeah, they're horny their whole life.
No. I'm just saying, when women get older,
girl.
yeah, the horniness.
I heard.
30s, 40s, 50s.
You think you're in your prime? Wait till you get your 30s, girl.
You haven't
excited.
You're not even close.
I went to the dollar store. I bought a cheap composition notebook, and I just wrote every day what my husband is. And less than a year later, I met John.
I'm trying to find my Mexican blue collar man, but I won't find them on the dating apps.
I don't care how good you think it looks. It's like, stop showing your dangling on my screen. What's up, listeners? Get ready for raw, unfiltered, laugh out loud conversations among friends. So take your bra off, get comfy, and let's jump into our show. All right. So I just wanted to start by saying you might notice a new face. Me. No, I'm kidding. Do you guys remember back in the day, where you may not, because we'll get to Taelor in a second, but when there were soap operas out there, and they would bring in like a new actor, and then in a quiet voice would be like, the role of Ridge is being played by.
Yes.
And so Tia is out doing something incredibly fabulous. So we wanted to then take this opportunity to bring another really amazing co-host in, and we did not have to look far because we just went right behind the little computer and pulled out Taelor.
I'm actually really nervous.
So we're going to tease Taelor a lot because we were just joking around how young and fabulous she was. So, but Taelor, tell us a little bit about you.
About me?
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. Well, I'm usually the one behind the desk. So if you ever see the camera shaking a little bit in the scene, that's because I done put my phone down a little too hard. But no, hello, Brazov. I'm a big fan of the show. I love these ladies. I'm just so honored to be in front of the camera. And this is so different. So I'm just so excited. I'm fucking nervous, but
we're so gonna haze you and tease you during this episode. But
I always want to be in a sorority.
But we're so excited to have Taelor because she is a fan and she cracks us up. One of the reasons we're always so relaxed is because she cracks us up before we start.
We
filming.
love you, Chris, but we love Taelor. Taelor sold us on Content Studio.
And then if you're watching this on YouTube at @RawsOff_pod, you'll also notice we're sitting a little differently, and it's the total vainest reason ever, but we wanted to show off Fiorella's tattoo. It's just amazing ink. Fire. And so it's like, why are we wasting it on the center? She's got to sit off to the side so we can pop.
Tattoos and titties.
I know. I was going to say, and she's got her boobies out too.
Literally bras off.
I mean, it's on par for the brand.
Yeah. There we go. Bras suck. Down with bras. Anyway, we've had a really fun week. I mean, I've had an interesting couple weeks. What have you guys been up to?
I just flew back in from Montana. I was flown out for a bride.
She was
and it was absolutely incredible. I mean, I was a typical tourist driving like 4 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And just wanting to stop every 5 seconds to take pictures.
It's a picture of a tree.
It lakes and trees, but it was about 5,000 trees. So
wow.
Yeah, it was great.
How was the weather in Montana?
It was actually nice. I want to say it was chilly in the morning. It was like a Vegas winter.
Mm-hmm.
It was like chilly in the morning, and then by the afternoon, you had to take your jacket off.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
And you were out, gallivanting the streets of LA.
Well,
right?
girl, my weekend was nice. No face, no case. Not gonna post the man I was with, but
Ooh, wait, I didn't know that.
I had so much fun. So I went to Catalina Island, which I just found out it was featured in Step Brothers, and I did not know that.
That's the Catalina wine mixing.
Swear to God, I've seen that movie so many times. But no, I had so much fun. I was there with the braids, my little vacation. Getting a little tan. Getting a little drunk. So it was wonderful. So I'm happy to be here.
I'm glad you said tan because nobody ever thinks black people tan.
Girl, hold on.
I'm like 5 shades darker since I've moved to Las Vegas.
That is true. No, when I was there, I was in a bikini the whole time. And then who I was with, he was like, I didn't know black people could really tan. And I'm like, I know, right? And I'm like showing like my butt crack because I got like a little tan on it. But we really do, though. I was different shades of chocolate that day. That's for sure.
I love that.
Milk chocolate, dark chocolate, all of
I was going to say she went from milk to dark real quick.
Hell yeah.
Well, I wish I could say that my last couple of weeks have been as exciting as yours, but I actually had to have surgery. So I'm like, am I an old lady now? I had to have a hysterectomy, which for those who are not sure, that's when they rip your uterus out. So I'm missing an organ. But my favorite part, my mom is probably freaking out because I've been joking about this all week. Because I'm like, so now that that's gone, what's in there? Nothing? Is it like tumbleweed rolling across there? Ooh. So then I started making up nicknames for the space, the artist formerly known as my uterus. And now I'm calling it Sleepy Hollow. So if you guys have suggestions on what you call that space now, make sure you throw it on our Instagram. Again, at @brasoff_pod. Make sure you go there. But
does your body feel any different?
Oh my gosh, it's great.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Well, because if you get to the point where you have to have it removed, there's obviously some things going on. So I had a lot of fibroids, which were causing havoc in other parts of my body. And it almost feels like you're pregnant. Like there's a lot of like heaviness and bloatiness. And I still have like swollen belly. So Fiorella saw me right after surgery. And she actually took me to surgery. I love her. But I was totally wearing like sweats and a shirt, but because my stitches are right in the middle, I would push them down and pull up the shirt. So I said, I look like Winnie the Pooh. And I would just walk around like that. But I'm healing really great. And I'm really glad to be back in the studio because I have all this energy and I'm so good to be like happy to be next to my girls. Yay! And we're going to have a fun show today.
Yes, we are.
But first, I want to do a social media shout out because we've been engaging with all of you. We love you guys so much. And again, we're at @brasoff_pod on Instagram and YouTube. But we asked a question on our social media this past week, which I thought was a really great question. It was like, what advice would you give to your younger self? And there were some really funny answers. Well, first, Taylor, you're like 4 years old. So what advice would you give to your younger self?
Well, I became an official adult 2 years ago. So when I figured out, because I don't have that much dating experience, but I think what I'll tell maybe my 19-year-old self is don't be paying for nothing with a man. Because when I was 19, I swear to God, I would, I'll pay for this, I'll pay for that. But like when you get older, you got to understand like a man, when he likes you, he's going to pay for it. Do not start being like, I can do it too, I can do it too. Like, you got to really let a man be a man and just be a girl. I never bring anything now. Like, I'm telling you, purse, no wallet, no cash. I do have some on Apple Pay, but...
I'm saying no Apple Pay.
Bring your ID, girl, though,
yes,
just in case.
But I am coming broke. So right. I tell my 19-year-old self, girl, gotta go on a date with a man, come broke, BROKE. Thank you. That's my advice.
Love it. And you had a good one too, Fiorella, about like the room, being in the room or...
Oh, yes. It was about if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yes, that was
And it's definitely something about like growing, like growth, anything in life. Like if you are with people that are just staying where you're at and staying where they're at, you ain't going to go anywhere. You're just going to stay where you're at. So if you want, surround yourself. It's the thing that our moms always say, you are who you hang out with.
That's right.
So if you want to be somebody bigger, better, richer, bolder, hang out with the bigger, better, richer, and bolder.
So do I need to hang out with different folks than you do? No, I'm kidding.
Now that's a word.
No, I'm kidding. That's why I love hanging out with you guys. You guys do make me better. And Tia too. Shout out to Tia.
We miss you.
One of my favorites was always buy the good toilet paper because, that's like practical advice. But one person said like, girl, dry those tears, stop crying over those boys.
Yeah.
And like focus on your female relationships.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think kind of segues into the topic we wanted to talk about, which was about dating. Now, typically, we don't like to focus on like, I do think a lot of shows, we always talk about men. But I do think when it comes to dating, and you kind of start talking about it too, Taylor, standards and like, how do you really get what you want out of dating or finding a partner or finding a spouse or whatever it is that you are doing to partner up with someone romantically. So I thought this would be a really great topic because we're all at like different stages and phases. And I feel like collectively we might have some good thoughts. Now, disclaimer, we're not therapists. We're not whatever. We're just friends talking.
Yeah.
So if you disagree with us, I don't care. Throw it in the comments. Tell us we're crazy. Tell us what's wrong with women, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. But go ahead and throw it in the comments, and we'd love to hear from you. But I'm going to ask Fiorella, because this is kind of how it started. She was telling me, now, of course, Fiorella's husband, John, is so sweet and so amazing and so awesome. And I say this, John, you're awesome. But
I heard he got big butts.
J-Bugs. Hey, booty boys. We like a thickum. Anyway, but you were talking about how you guys met and like, what was your, like, what was that process in finding John as your partner?
So I'm going to preface the explanation with, I was the person who I would choose the men to fix. Oh. I was always the one with the men that were broke, wrong career, needed a better job, and helping them, pushing them, being a catalyst to have them have a better life. And which in that process, when they became that person, I was out the picture. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was always the heartbreak, whatever. So my last relationship, it was whatever, terrible. And my sister, when I told her I was going to start dating again, she was the one who guided me. She said, listen, like, what do you want? I was like, oh, like, and I would say the typical things that every woman would say, like the surface level shit. And she's like, no.
What is the surface level shit? Talk about that.
Surface level shit, like what they look like, their height, the job they have, the car they drive, what they like to do. Like, she was like, no, you need deeper desires in your person. I was like, what do you mean? So she said, what are they, a family person? Do they like to cuddle? Do you like to cuddle? What's their love language? Because if your love language or their love language it's not going to mix, your guys aren't going to mix. Mm-hmm. And she was saying, she's like, are they a dog person? Because you have a dog. I was like, oh, it's good. So then like she told me, she's like, you have to journal like you have your husband. Right. My husband is. So I literally did. I went to the dollar store. I bought a cheap composition notebook and I just wrote every day what my husband is. And less than a year later, I met John. And what's crazy is when I met him, he was seriously like 75% of that list. But as time progressively has passed, he's become the full thing without me even saying anything. He just naturally has become that person.
John, you did the damn thing. Good job, John.
So I met my person.
Let me get a composition book. Which Dollar Tree was it?
Hey, they don't sponsor us.
Oh, wait, you're right.
Yeah, they don't. But I was going to say, like, think about it. Like, when you go on a date and you're, like, talking to this person, like I'm a big believer and I don't like to waste time. So when I was dating before I met him, like, the people I met before him, like, if I can even tell that, like, they weren't even close to being that person, I'd be like, all right, we're not going to really work well. So if here's for my drink, have a good night. Like, I wouldn't even waste time. I would just leave.
That's
so I'm like, you know what?
Huh? You would say, here's for my drink?
Yeah.
That's a good woman right there. Because I would have just let them pay for it.
You gotta go broke.
That's
I need to learn
broke.
That's something like, so I've been married twice and I am now single and I didn't really have a ton of dating experience. So as I'm trying to, and actually I'm not in really a dating season now, but let's like pretend that I am. When I was in a dating season, I was really like, oh, what do I do? What do I say? But honestly, it was like, I just had to be a little bit audacious because it's like, I really don't like my time wasted. Yeah. And so I think it's a kindness. If this is not the person that I want to spend time with, I'm just not going to spend the time. Like, let's not waste each other's time. Exactly. And it was about being really clear. And so to me, I was always looking for clarity. Like, and it's not that I was even looking for a husband, but it's like, if I'm going to spend time with you, you know, I need, first of all, if you don't like dogs, screw it. I have 2 dogs. And if they didn't like you or you don't like dogs, it's not going to happen. Or if you make fun of the way that I love on my dogs, bye. But things like communication, I'm such a clear communicator to the point sometimes people think it's a little off-putting, but I'm like, all right, well, if you think it's off-putting, you're not my person, but like, I'm a direct communicator. I never want to not know where something stands. So if I'm unclear, I'm just saying, no, I don't get that. Tell me what's going on, or this is what I'm perceiving. Is that true? I don't think people are used to communicating like that. But what was really weird, what I found was a lot of the values that I had tended to be, okay, I'm putting myself on there. The younger guys seem to exude more of those values than the people who are like my age and older. And don't even get me started on these apps. I don't know. Have you guys used any of these apps?
I met John on Bumble.
Well, we like Big John. We can't make fun of him now.
I think when it comes to the apps, listen, I know that there are not the best people on the apps, but like, I feel like when you go into it with the intention of what you want, like I told every single man that I dated when I did my list, I was like, listen, I am looking for my husband. So if you're not even looking for a serious relationship, like we ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
And it was like the first thing I said when I met them face to face. And literally I had men saying like, all right, this ain't gonna work. They would just walk away. We didn't even like start a date. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I feel like we women have a tendency to hold back in fear of like, they're not gonna like me. Like, who goes to fucking care if they don't like you? That's they're not your person.
It's like a sorting process. Yeah. It's like, yes, no, no. And I just want to say, like, a lot of people, I think there's this thought of the scarcity. Like, oh, if this is not the guy, I'll never meet anyone. There's always another one. There's always like 10 more of them behind the one. It doesn't matter how old you are, because I'm the oldest person in this group. And let me just say,
my mom got remarried at 68 years old.
I know. And I heard about your grandma, too.
Oh, girl.
What'd your grandma do?
She was a hot potato. She was like 74 or something when she passed away, but she was dating like a 35-year-old.
Yeah. Okay. She sure can do it.
Okay. Hey, it was still working. That's what I'm hearing.
She's like, these goods don't expire, girl.
Fiorella, she's still going to be pumping at 80. Okay.
Taylor, okay, resident young person. Okay. We got to keep hazing you, right? But like, okay, have you ever done apps or anything like that?
I've never done a dating app.
I always wonder if the younger folks don't have to do that.
All my friends do. No, that is a thing.
I feel like one of the reasons is like you are fewer situations where you're among your peers. So you have, at least that was always my philosophy. But tell me more about this, Taylor.
I feel like it is so much more common for like my age group for sure to be on Hinge, Bumble for sure, and Tinder. But I've never done it personally because I'm very picky with what I like. And so I'm like, I tell Chris all the time, my boss, and I'd be like, let's go to the construction sites. Okay. Like I'm trying to find my Mexican blue collar man. And I won't find them on the dating apps. But anywho, so all my friends do it. But the thing is what it can be, I feel like toxic about dating apps is that you just feel like you have all these plethora of options. And so you're not really taking one connection seriously in my age group, especially because my friends I really use it are my male friends. So because they feel like, oh, I'm texting this girl, I got this girl, I got this girl. They're not really pursuing connections because they're like, damn, this one got bigger titties than this one. I'm going to go to this one, just because we are in our 20s. So obviously, they're a bit more hornier, but I just feel like with the dating apps.
She doesn't know yet.
Well, yeah, they're horny their whole life.
No. I'm just saying when women get older.
Girl.
Yeah. The horniness.
I heard.
30s, 40s, 50s.
You think you're in your prime? Wait to get your 30s, girl.
You haven't
excited.
You're not even close.
Lord. I don't know. I love the idea of dating apps. I think it's cool. I never really knock anyone that does it. I just think it's what Fiorella said. It's really, you have to move with intention and, know what you want and go after that. Because really, you can get anything you want. Yeah. So
thank you.
Use dating apps, go to construction sites, do whatever you got to do.
I'm going to be hanging out with Taylor, apparently.
Girl, I'll get you right.
I mean, listen, you let me know when you meet your blue-collar Mexican because I'm going to be the one telling you how to push him to freaking create his empire. So.
There we go. I'm going to get Jennifer's washer fixed. I'm going to get the AC, a door put up. Girl, you need your tires changed.
Yes, I need my brakes done.
I know a mechanic right now, Fiorella.
But the intention piece is huge. And I love what you said about you can have anything you want. Because I feel like, I don't know about you or how you guys grew up, but I think there are a lot of cultural messages about like, this is what you should do. This is what you should have. This is what you should want. So half the part of finding and getting what you want out of dating is like knowing yourself so well that you're able to like say, getting what you want out of dating so that you know yourself so well that you can say, no, man, I don't want that. I don't, because, I was always taught like the best kind of lifestyle is have a 4-bedroom house in the suburbs and 2 nice cars and everybody's making over $100K. And it's like, okay, that's nice. But when you've had a lifestyle like that and you're still like rolling your eyes, bored out of your mind, it's like, that's not really you. Yeah. So I'm curious, like, what are some of the ways you've really gotten to know yourself over these last few years or seasons of your life where you feel really, really clear about what you want?
So I feel like my breakup prior to John was, I had a client that told me, she's like, before you date again, she's like, you seem like the person who pours 100% into everyone. She's like, it's time to pour 100% into yourself.
Yes.
And then when she said that, it hit my head, like my heart. I was like, fuck, she's not wrong. Because she was like, listen, she's like, if you give yourself 100%, then the rest that everybody else gives you is extra. She's like, but if you pour from an empty cup, girl, she's like, you're going to end up real dry. I'm like, great. But it's true. Like, I feel like I learned about me, what I like, what I don't like, how I like to, let's say, work out, take care of myself, like things like that. And even as far as like the bullshit I don't accept anymore.
Yeah.
So I think it's fair that love yourself, learn who the hell you are. If you're going to put all this energy into learning your friends, your family, and giving them the world, like, give that to yourself, because ain't nobody going to do it for you if you don't.
Right.
You are the example of what people will do for you.
Exactly. You have to teach other people how to treat you.
Yes.
I needed that.
Well, one of the things I did was I needed to enjoy myself single.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, date yourself, because when you date yourself, you get to know exactly what you want. Yes. And so I did things like, I love a weekend by myself. I love being able to like watch my movie. I go out by myself, take myself out on a date. So if you see me by myself, I'm not trying to catch anybody. I'm just trying to enjoy like a little cocktail or go to the movies or see something or, play or go to the gym. Like, I really cherish those times, because in those moments, I think we're always scared about being alone or lonely. And I think being alone and being lonely are different.
Yes.
So I've really enjoyed being alone.
Yeah.
And then in that way I know what kind of food I like. I know what kind of things make me happy. I know what gives me energy. I know what makes me laugh. And so it became really clear. So when I'm thinking about a partnership, or if I was thinking about a partnership, I'm like, what kind of person enhances all those things? Or what are some of the activities that are like, that would be fun to do with someone else? Like a rage room. I mean, I can do that with girlfriends too, but I don't ever feel, I think if you're going into dating or partnership trying to fill something, you're already wrong. You're going to attract some bullshit.
Yeah.
Don't do it. But if you are super confident, I think you become more attractive to pretty much anyone else. My friend and I have this funny joke, which I'll share later, but you become attractive to anyone else. And then also, it's like I could be by myself, which I enjoy very much, or I can let this other person into my atmosphere. Yeah. So they have to really like bring something great to the table for me to want to have them in my atmosphere. 100%. So when people are talking about this male loneliness, whatever, I'm just like, just be better, man. That. Yeah. It's not women. Women are just like finally enjoying themselves. So if you want to like enter into that atmosphere, it's like, just be the kind of person who's worthy. Yeah. It's really that simple.
That's beautiful. I think my take on that would just be, obviously, I know you guys have more life experience, and
she's calling us old.
Hey, I ain't mean it. She's like, if the shoe fits. I'm like, well, this got awkward. But
let's see your old biddies.
I for sure know, because it's so true. Like, I remember even when I was 18, I had coworkers, girls are in their mid-20s, that were like, who you are right now at 18 is not who you're gonna be at 23. And so who I am at 23 is for sure not who I'm gonna be at 30. I think just like the best advice I could apply that I always tell all my friends is, fail as much as you can. Because I mean, that's how I've learned, what I like and what I'm into, and what works for me, what doesn't work, is just constant failing. And I'm just never be afraid to be imperfect or just fuck up and make as much mistakes as you can. Because I tell my friends all the time, like, girl, we're in our 20s. If we fuck up now, we get that pass, because it's like, oh, okay, she's 21, 22, obviously. Don't be fucking up. You could, obviously it's going to happen at 40, but there's certain things we have to learn now so we can apply it to our future. Yeah. And I'll just end with, like, my sister is married, and she's about to hit her early 30s. And she told me, she was like, the decisions you make right now can either make your life easier or harder by the time you're 30. And so I always think about that. And then, but in the process of that, I'm like, I'm not afraid to fail or make mistakes or hit rock bottom 10 times in a month. So, I just think that's just, my advice to learning myself, or, learning yourself, or how to figure out what you do or don't like.
I love that.
Yeah.
Fail.
Thank you, girl.
That is super solid.
I'm going to write that down in my dollar
book.
store.
Yeah.
Composition book.
Get the composition book.
But we all have some fun stories. I gotta hear some of your and I don't care when. We can not use names to protect the people, but I know you have to have some fun dating stories.
Oh my God,
or girl. Bad ones, or really bad ones. I'm looking around like all of a sudden it got real quiet.
Before we started filming, I was getting an eye opener to Jennifer's love life, and I was like, "Google man, this man."
No, okay. No, I'll just say this, like, again, like I'm not at a point where I'm like super. And my intention is not necessarily marriage again, but to partnership. And I am looking for someone who likes to like have fun and go places and do things, because that's how I am. I'm kind of a free spirit, I guess, a little bit. And, you know, I'm looking for fun. But like I said, key parts for me are communication and being direct. And there have been some lovely people who I've met. So I'm not going to dog them because they're nice people. But the communication, I'm like, oh, my God. If I feel like I have to put in a lot of effort and pulling teeth, I'm not about that life. Mm-hmm. So, like, and the other thing, sorry, okay, I don't think he listens. Okay, so this one person I met, very attractive, like tall, dark, and handsome, age appropriate. I was so excited to spend time with this individual. And I was just like, oh my God, I can't do this. Every conversation was like, oh, my hip this and my knee this. And I'm like, okay, ooh. Like, I know I'm not 20 anymore and I know I'm older, but like, I don't need to hear about your, I knew about what kind of blood pressure medicine he was taking. Oh, no. I knew about every ailment he's ever had, what his therapist talked about. This was a first date. And I was just sitting here thinking about like my carefree, you know, fun lifestyle. And I'm like, Lord, do you need a fucking walker? Like, I mean,
I was looking for a little nurse.
I don't know. But like, we're about, I mean, he was maybe a year or two older than me. Oh. And I'm just sitting here like, and he worked out. Like, that's one of those things. It was like, he was going to the gym and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, great. Nice, active person, had traveled the world. But apparently now he's in that downward trajectory. Cause I was just sitting here like, maybe I should just date a younger guy, because I can't deal with the like, oh, my hip, and that's not what I want the conversation to be about.
Not yet.
And then another person I spent some time with, they were very nice, very attractive, but my God, I felt like I was talking to a 16-year-old.
Oh no.
It was just like, well, what do you want to do? I don't know. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Make
it was choice. Like pulling teeth. Mm-hmm. Like the communication thing. I'm like, I don't understand how you walk through 4 or 5 decades of your life and cannot master simple, basic, like clear communication. And okay, one last one. Sorry, I got a lot.
I am listening.
One last one. Very nice, gentlemanly, attractive man. And we exchanged phone numbers, and our conversation in person was always fantastic and clear. Then he texted me, and he has earned the nickname Speak and Spell, because I couldn't understand a damn thing he was putting on text. There was so much slang and like misspellings. I literally had to like screenshot it, send it to my friend, and be like, what is this? I don't know what he's trying to say.
I know y'all were laughing at him.
Hells to the yeah, we were laughing at him.
Making fun of this man.
Oh my gosh! Well, and you know, do you guys do the same thing? Like anybody you date, nobody has real names. They all have nicknames.
I'm screenshot queen, girl. We have all the names. I always send the screenshots, and I'm like, "What are we doing with this?"
Or the unsolicited, you know what pics. Yes. And I'm like, dude, if you send me this pic, just know all my friends are going to see it too. So if you want to put that out there in the world,
crazy dating story.
Let's hear it,
bro. So there was this kid. I'm not dropping names, but he was good looking kid. Whatever, we vibed. This fucking guy, I literally had to send him a text message, and I was like, I have seen more pictures of your penis than I've seen my own vagina.
No,
it's so true. This motherfucker, I kid you not. I was at let's say a Chili's in Florida. You guys, he was like, you could tell he was like in like a restaurant, And he went to the restaurant stall, got hard, and took a picture.
Right? Okay, that happened to me too.
I saw the pants down. I saw the toilet. I saw the stall. I'm like, did you just get horny from texting me at Chili's? Like, what the fuck?
That's kind of hot.
Okay, no, it's not.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's
Someone
not.
did that to me, and I was just like, that's just gross. So you're in a family establishment doing God knows what.
I'm sorry.
So, and I'm like, also, what makes you think that I want that? I don't care how good you think it looks. It's like, stop showing your dangling on my screen.
There was this guy, he sent me his, like, this is the thing, man, you need, listen, this is about to be the dick pic section of our freaking episode that we didn't know we were going to have. But this fucking guy, you guys just need to stop. And this guy, he sent it to me. He was in his car laid back.
Oh, God.
He wasn't even hard. He wasn't even hard. It was just a mushroom top. It was so bad. It was so bad. And then to make matters worse, he sent me one that looked hard, but I wasn't impressed even with it hard. And so I took a screenshot of it because I saw a scar on it.
God damn it.
Oh no.
And so I said, I'm really concerned. I highlighted like when I saw the scar. He's like, that's my circumcision scar. I was like, well, it looks infected.
Oh
so
my God.
go check it.
He went home and killed himself. That's
He's like, no, I have insecurities. I'm like, well, you're the one sending me your dick pictures. Like,
Right. Don't send that shit through the mail.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. I met someone when I was out and really connected. Like, we ended up talking all night. Gorgeous, tall, talented. He was a musician. I should have known better, girl.
Okay.
But we ended up talking literally all night. Like, nothing happened. It was very, like, PG. And I was like, this is great. Like, this is someone I might be able to connect with. And he didn't live in Vegas, but he lived nearby. So we exchanged, we talked about like getting together because he came to Vegas often. And we were talking and I was like, this actually could be someone interesting. And then after that, I'm like, oh, la, la, you know, my little princess cloud 9, like, wow, I just really met someone special. And then he's like, this is what I think what you do to me. And then he sent me a pic and it was a two-tone, like it had 2 different colors. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, that's hot.
Well,
I'm really
you
into
think
that.
So okay.
Sorry.
I mean,
She likes the black and white cookie.
and I'm like, that's normal, and it was cool and everything. But I'm just like, this totally killed my vibe because I was like,
You're like
this
all
is
cutesy, like, oh yeah, and a dick picture. Like, no, bro.
And I'm like, it didn't last long after that.
Well, he didn't send no context. He just sent the picture.
No, he just said, this is how you make me feel. And he sent me a picture of him holding it. It was impressive because his hands were huge and it extended way past that. But it was impressive. But again, I was just like, it was a complete turnoff. And then, of course, I sent it to my good friend who nicknamed him now Two-Tone. So now every time, she's like, oh, did you hear from Two-Tone? I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, he FaceTimed me. I'm like, oh, we're not talking anymore. She's like, oh, Two-Tone.
Was
like,
his personality nice?
Dude, this one
It
time, this guy
was,
sent me a
like-
video, and he was practically like punching it. My friend Diana,
Hey, what type of dick pics are you getting?
That's what I'm saying. He was like, I'm like, what are you, like a BDSM guy? Like, what is this? He went to that, like, shit, no. I'm not gonna beat your dick. I don't want to see you do it either.
okay, we should probably move on.
I'm like, there we go.
We've clearly been traumatized and we can't get over
Let's
it.
hit the FTC might have an issue with some
I've
stuff
never
we put out there.
experienced all dick pics.
Well,
on
that's
my
because,
phone.
you know, you haven't had that many years of experience yet.
Right.
You just wait.
Maybe he's
It's
like,
coming.
Listen,
And they
just
get
letting you know, if
emboldened
you
as they
get
get
one,
older.
don't even cut it there. If you
Yeah.
get one, just cut it there and be
And
like,
that's
this
it.
ain't cool.
That's kind of what I wanted to say because that's the thing. It's like it's funny, we laugh amongst ourselves, but if we're really seeking the types of people we want. Now, if you want the type of person who's going to send you their, you know, their little goodies and, you know, their little Snickers bar through the, you know, your text message or whatever.
My little chorizo. Yeah.
Well, I got a guy for you. Anyway, then great. But when you don't, I think this is a really great opportunity to practice like the standard piece. Yeah. So like one of the ways that I would address it is either I would ignore it or I just say, no, like you picked the wrong girl. I'm not really into that. Yeah. So I mean, have you guys gotten braver as you have more experience?
1,000%.
What do we mean by braver?
Meaning when some bad behavior happens, you're just like, cut it off at the knees. Or are you still kind of working on it? And then no judgment.
I sometimes I use it as I'm like, oh, you messed up. Take me shopping. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've gotten some purses off of that.
Yeah.
So like if they mess up, I'm like, okay, you feel guilty, huh? Let's go to the mall. I got some errands I gotta run. And
I like
he
that.
knows.
That's a good strategy.
So, I mean, that's for sure. But I think it's really, I know that's a part of my maturing with dating too, because even with my friends, like we all talk about dating stories. I know you guys, when you were in your early 20s, I bet
I still do.
you put up with
I was
so much
engaged.
shit. Oh,
I didn't have any dating stories in my early, besides college.
you know, but did you put up with like stuff that, you know, nowadays?
Oh my gosh, that was terrible. I was such a doormat.
Yeah, we were so gullible. And like,
were.
even now I'm still in my gullible stage at some point. So it's just like I'm still trying to learn how to like cut something off when it's not serving me. But sometimes my attachment issues be playing a little bit. And I'd be like, no, I miss them and I miss their attention and I miss this. So then I'm like, oh, I know he's a piece of shit. But then, you know, we still talk to him. And even I think I met majority of the girls around my age group. We're all like that. We're like, oh, you have situationships. You have your exes you still talk to, but they cheated on you 20 times, but you're still with them. So it's just, I know I'm still getting to that process. I'm going to enjoy it now because I know one day when I get real strict, ain't going to be like that no more. So while I'm still a little gullible, I'm a lifter.
But you practice how you play.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the thing for me. I think I was so excited to have attention because there was a dating coach that I listened to once, and he talked about that Black and brown women don't know how to date because we're not taught how to date the way Caucasian women are dating. And we are, you know, we're our father's princesses and we're good and we're not supposed to do that. Nobody's supposed to do. So you don't get any practice and then you're out on your own as an adult and you have no idea how to navigate these situations. And maybe because, and I'm speaking for me, maybe you only had like a boyfriend or two. So you're just so excited to get attention that you handle stuff. I don't do situationships unless like we're really clear and everything's been communicated and this is the thing. So I don't even call that a situationship. It's kind of like this is what this is. And as soon as it becomes not that, bye, we're done. So I think it takes practice, especially if you were never taught at a young age how to date, uphold standards, and also feel confident enough that you don't have to deal with the cheating bastard. Yeah. Like if they cheat, they're gone. Again, there's going to be like 20 other dudes. And I don't care if you're like everyone here, you guys are very beautiful, right? So I don't think anybody has a problem getting attention. But even people who may not consider themselves traditionally beautiful, there is a lid for every pot. And actually there are like 17,000 lids for every pot. So if you think that, oh, if I don't tolerate this, I'll never have someone again. So not true.
No.
I've gotten more attention being 50 pounds heavier, 10 years older, and all this other stuff than I've ever had before in my life. So I don't really care. I think it comes from that confidence and the clarity that I exude. It's about the clarity. And if you exude that clearness of what you want, that's what you get back.
Yeah.
So
I really think too that like the person that you choose and you love and that really loves you, like I was somebody who was always insecure about my body. And I've literally gained probably about 40 to 50 pounds since I've met John. And he loves me just as much, if not more today than he did when we first met.
That's a man.
And he says it like I hate to say it like this, but like when we cuddle, he'll hold the chub a little harder, like a little tighter. And he's like, I love this. Like he'll say, and I think that's like something that like you said, like it's as far as like the standards and it all starts with you. You know, if you come off insecure, they're going to feel that. And men sniff insecurity.
Yes.
They sniff it from a mile away. And one of the very few arguments that my husband and I had when we first met, he was saying, he's like, listen, like, I know it's not my fault that you're like this. He's like, but I'm not giving you a reason to feel like this. He's like, I don't like it. I'm not asking you to be like this. So I don't understand why you're like, you know, upset about it. So I think like healing yourself, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, like that's why I think it's important, like what we said earlier, like love yourself, know yourself so well so that when the person comes in, they're only mirroring what you're giving yourself. Facts.
This is some big sis energy that I need. Damn. Jesus.
We're learning from you, young Padawan. So.
For sure, though, like touching on what you were saying about like how Black and brown women have a harder experience, I think that's so freaking true because I grew up Mormon, so all of my friends, yeah. Whoa. Not anymore. But so like all my friends, especially we were in the more, if you guys know Nevada, like Las Vegas, Summerlin is obviously more predominantly white. So like all my friends were Mormon and, you know, they grew up in 2-parent households. Usually the husband was, you know, always had a good career, mom stay at home. So when we got older, I see it now. They're getting married, or, you know, the way they date and the way they operate is so different from even how I maybe date, or how some of my other friends that didn't grow up in Summerlin or they were usually Black or Hispanic. Mm-hmm. So it's just so different. And I think also culture plays a big one in it. And you know, just like differences in households, I think plays big in it. I hope I'm making sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Totally.
I think just what you see as a child too really affects like your standards and how you grow up, and even the way you see your mom date is a big one too. Because if my friends that, you know, grew up in Starmouth, their mom was married, typical housewife, that's usually what they end up following those steps in, you know. And then if you grew up in a household where your mom was working, or, you know, she paid all the bills, or she struggled with dating, you might, unless you can obviously learn, but you might experience those similar things. And I think it is so important now, just even like with generations. I have a daughter, she's 5, so it's just like, even if I can't show her, I'm not with her dad, but like if I can't show her that 2-parent household, I still try to talk about relationships, or I know she's so young, so I try to do in a 5-year-old mentality, but like, you know, watching movies, or, you know, still having that open conversation, so she doesn't have to look at love in a different way of like, oh, well, you know, my parents were split, so is that normal? You know, I don't want to normalize certain things. So I feel like it's just so important to just see things like the healthy way and try to like implement that. I don't know, unlike the younger generation.
No, it makes sense. I'm a mom too. And you always worry about what you're showing and modeling your children, especially daughters. And so I'm very, very thankful that my daughter's father is a really good man, husband, gentleman, that kind of thing. Her stepdad, same thing. But also and so when I see her dating now, it's nice because she has like some really high standards. And if my Bubba was, I call her Bubba. If my Bubba was, you know, when she was like dating in high school, it's just as soon as she was like, the little boy would be kicked to the curb. It was the most hilarious and satisfying thing to see as a parent, because she was so confident in who she was. She knew. And as soon as she was like, I'm just not feeling this, she moved on.
I love that.
So, but the second question is, now that I know you're more, okay, I got to ask a question, because I'm so curious about this, and like, I've never really looked it up. What the hell is soaking? Somebody explain it to me.
Okay, because you know, when you're Mormon, obviously
you know what this is? Right. Okay.
You can't have premarital sex, obviously, until like either your man does his mission as well for you guys to get married. Because now Mormons, you see the little boys on the bikes.
Yeah.
That's their mission, you know, so they can go get married after. So it's because you can't premarital sex, because it's a sin in the Book of Mormon. Usually 2 people.
I think it's a sin in all the books.
Oh yeah, 2 people. You got to be clothed, but some people be wearing boxers. They be pushing it, and then you have like you lay on a mattress or whatever, and there's somebody below it shaking that for you, so you guys can grind on each other. Because technically, if we were to,
it's dry humping.
But no, because if you dry hump, that's a sin. Because like we're both doing.
There's a third party involved in this.
Sometimes there's more people in the room. Yes. What? And then you someone's there to shake the bed, because technically we're not dry humping because someone else is moving the bed.
That's a technicality. Jesus doesn't believe in technicality. I know, right? I'm so glad I asked, because you know, little social media clips they're talking about. Do you soak? What the fuck is soaking?
Girl, you already said it. You might as well go put it in. Jesus, we already here.
Slide in the DM.
Don't pray. Just pray after.
Just pray.
Damn.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I'm so glad I asked this question, because I'm like truly educated now.
Yeah. I didn't even know the thing, so thank you for bringing it up.
Girl, try with your husband. It might be foreplay. That's kind of hot. We need
Who's gonna be shaking the bed?
Jump rope around.
Oh hell no! I love y'all.
She got a picture of the hospital. You owe her lunch.
I know. I do owe you, but can you please pick a difference?
No, soaking.
Shake the mattress.
I mean, I kind of feel like, where do you go from here in the conversation?
Oh, my bad.
We just killed it.
Dead. Maybe this is a great time to talk about Maddie of the Week.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, and I was like,
Bring it back to life.
So, I mean, we love our listeners. We love our viewers. And we love the opportunity to highlight other people in our community who are killing it out there. Yes. So we introduced a segment called Baddie of the Week. Baddies can be men, women, whatever. Just somebody who's doing something like badass and just doing something impressive. We ask folks to nominate people, and we get all these great names of folks who are really killing it. I was so excited to see this particular nomination because it's someone that we know really well. Maybe not Taylor. Taylor doesn't know, but Fiorella and I know very well. Yes. Fiorella is related to her. It is her sister.
Oh, I met her today.
Yeah, you met her FaceTime.
Oh, yeah, you saw her on FaceTime. So her business name is Ilona Pamplona, but she does this really great work where she helps you match your aura, or if you know people who are into human design and astrology. It's a really great way. She's an expert. She's written 2 books. Damn. Super impressive. But it's a way that she works with them to match who you are as a person to what you could be doing in your life or career. And so the handle is Your Aura at Work. So find her on Instagram at Your Aura at Work. And she has a website, Your Aura at Work. Ilona is actually one of our early guests. So if you want to like rewind back to Your Aura is Your Superpower episode, I think it's episode 4, make sure you check out Ilona. I've known Ilona since I moved to Vegas, or actually right before Vegas. She was one of the reasons I ended up coming to Vegas, because in her coaching of me, she helped me understand where I would feel the most comfortable, productive, and happy. And damn it, was she right. She's also really helped me personally, and I'm going to go on more than I normally do for Baddie of the Week. She's helped me personally like move into areas that really, really light me up. And I've seen her do it for so many people. She works with some big people, big time names. So if you think it's just one of those like cute little spiritual girlies, Ilona knows her shit. And like I said, she's a published author, 2 books. She's works with some of the top people behind some of your top brands and artists that you've worked with. And she's just a really awesome person. So Ilona Pamplona at Your Aura at Work or yourauraatwork.com is our Baddie of the Week.
Yes.
Baddie of the Week.
So proud of you, mija.
She got a little Spanish in her. Okay.
So, yeah, this has been a fun conversation.
Yes.
Taylor, do you feel sufficiently hazed?
I actually do. And I feel like I'm just reminded. I think the biggest word that I heard today was, there's 17 lids for one pot. And then you said, honestly, if you really think about it, there's probably 10,000 more. Yeah. I think that's a big one, because I feel like we do get so, as like young women, I'll speak on behalf, I guess, for some of us. We do get so caught up on one person. And it really feels like it's going to be our end all be all. Yeah. And then you got to remember, like, wait, there are so many people out there. Because what was it, that 18 is not who I'm with now. Right. So I think that is just, that was really big to me, for sure.
There's going to be a time in your life where you look back and you can't even remember the name of the person who was stressing you out. And so, and that's a great thing about having like a community of people who are different ages and different experiences, because you learn so much from each other. But I think one of my big takeaways, I think it's something you said, Taylor. And of course, I'm not going to remember exactly the verbiage. No, well, sorry. Sadly, that's something that's going to be in my head for a long time. But, you know, it was something actually you were joking around about it, but you're like, I show up broke. Because meaning that like you have so much confidence in this is how it should go. And if it doesn't go that way, I'm out. Yeah. That's like the kind of confidence and audacity I think everyone should have if they are seeking partnership. Like, this is me, period. I do not compromise. I do not, there's no maybes. It's like, this is it. This is it, And it's like, people cannot like it, and that's fine, and let them move on. But may I have that audacity to show up broke all the time. I'm just, my mom used to tell me to carry my emergency dollar. Now it's like an emergency 20 because, inflation.
Economy now.
Right. It really should be an emergency 100 and a credit card. I will do that. But I that was something it took me time to realize, especially as I re-entered the dating world. And I've been fortunate, all the dates I've gone on, people have been total gentlemen. And it's not about getting someone to buy you stuff. It's about saying, I'm a lady and I have the respect and I'm demanding that level of respect and treatment from the other person that I'm out with. So kudos to you. I'm learning from the youngin' over here.
Hey.
Show up broke, girl. That purse better be empty.
Yeah, it's going to be like this big.
Exactly.
Enough for some lip gloss, a pair of keys, and my phone.
There is this advice. Do you guys know who like Shara Stevens is? The sprinkle lady? She had said, show up to a date with like fucked up shoes so you can buy you some new pair.
Damn.
I don't think I could do that, but
No.
it's a good idea.
What about you, Fiorella? What's one of your fun takeaways?
Honestly, I'm just still traumatized by soaking.
Try it out.
No. But no, if anything, I don't want to say it's a takeaway, but I think more like I feel like the dick pics still happen. So I'm just telling you right now, if you are a woman and you are dating and a man sends you a dick pic, that is disrespect. And if he's going to disrespect you very easily and early on in your dating world, you need to cut him off, because there will be a man that will never send you one because he knows it's disrespectful.
Thank you.
Yeah. And it's lust.
I'll be honest, my husband has never sent me one. And the one time that I think I was drunk and I asked him for it, he's like, I won't do that.
You know, someone also, one advice is like, would your husband do this? And even if I'm not dating necessarily to marry, it's like, is this the respect? Because like I said, you start as you go on, you play how you practice.
Yeah.
So it's like, if someone's going to do that, that's why I was so bummed that the one guy was like, oh, we had a great conversation, sends me the two-tone and I had to shut it down.
Not the black and white cookie.
I mean, it was like tannin.
Chocolate.
Caramel chocolate. There we go.
She had a little replay in her mind.
I saw it on my phone. I'll show you later. But yeah, it's the same thing. It's like I have to, conduct myself in a way that I want to be treated, not only today when I first meet you, but like later. And so it's the same I expect of the other person.
Absolutely.
Start as you mean to go on.
Yeah.
And then it should get better, not worse.
Yeah.
And I know I'm introducing stuff after the fact, but here's the other thing in the don't waste my time. I think as individuals and well-formed humans, within a month whether this person is worth your time.
Oh, 100%.
If someone's trying to be like, oh, no, or you say you don't know, then move on. Because if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. And I'm not saying you should be like locked in or exclusive or whatever the terminology is after a month, but you should know that this is definitely someone I want to spend time with. And they should be able to communicate you are someone that I want to spend time with. And if they can't do that, bye. Because then it is a situationship. It's someone who's just using you as a, a waiting person or breadcrumbing or all that other stuff. And conversely, if after a week they tell you they love you and all this other stuff, run real fast.
I mean, really? I don't know. Me and John, we met in the beginning of February, and by the end of it, we were officially together, and there were some love bombs.
It wasn't in the first week, was it?
First few weeks.
I said first week.
Okay.
I mean, my thing is, I mean, if they have no prior knowledge of you, they've never spent time with you,
right?
And they're like, you're the mother of my children, then I'm like,
okay, touche.
All right, so
I'd be like, okay. I'd be eating it up. I'm the mother of your children. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm playing.
We're gonna be putting a chastity belt on her now.
Construction site and everything. There's one down the street.
I think we have the opportunity to digress into a place where we don't want to go. So at this point, maybe we should wrap it up.
Yeah,
we're gonna wrap it up. And you guys, thanks you so much for listening. This is so much fun having Taelor. Tia, we miss you. We can't wait to see you again.
Girl.
But make sure you subscribe. We're on YouTube at bras_off_pod on YouTube. Check out the show. Throw up some past episodes where we're cutting up because yes, we soaking dick pics. God knows what we're going to talk about next. And subscribe, and that way YouTube will tell you when you got a new episode out. If you like to listen, we're on all your favorite podcast players: Apple, Spotify, Google, whatever the heck else you listen to, and join us on IG at bras_off_pod. So another sneak peek. we are launching a Bras Off community. So if that's something that you might be interested in, go to brasoffpod.com and join our list. We're going to keep you posted for what that community could be.
Yes, yes.
But if you like these conversations, you'll love hanging out with us in the community coming up in a few months, and we can't wait to see you there.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening. If you love the show, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. If you want in on our shenanigans, then go to brasoffpod.com to join our community and connect with other amazing people just like you.